Chronicles of the Grim Reaper, Into the Abyss, by Griz Calderon. Derek had spent his life chasing the unknown. As a deep-sea diver and marine biologist, his career was built around the mysteries of the ocean's depths. Each expedition felt like peeling back the layers of an uncharted world. His team, seasoned explorers, ventured into territories few had dared, diving to the ocean floor to uncover what lay beyond the abyssal plains. Every dive required weeks of meticulous preparation. The equipment had to withstand the crushing pressures of the deep ocean, and the human body, despite all training, was fragile in these environments. They had dived past the 200-meter mark regularly, pushing deeper into the seabed, where the ocean turned into an alien landscape of towering ridges, craters, and unseen life. On this particular mission, Derek's team was attempting to descend further than ever before. The pressure gauges creaked as the submersible descended into the darkness beyond 6,000 meters, toward the edge of the Mariana Trench. The surface was long gone. Only blackness encased the vessel as they slipped further into the ocean's depths. Derek's role was critical. His dive was part of an ongoing project to study life at these unimaginable depths. Yet, no matter how many missions they undertook, time always betrayed them. Their bodies couldn't withstand the pressure for long enough to explore as much as they wanted. Despite discovering bioluminescent creatures and fields of geothermal vents erupting from the seabed, they always had to return too soon. There was so much more to see. This time was different. As Derek dove beyond the seabed, past 8,000 meters, something went wrong. Alarms blared, his oxygen levels dropped, and the readings on his equipment showed catastrophic failure. The cold crept into his bones, and panic seized his body. Suddenly, he could feel his pulse slowing. The weight of the water pressed down on him, and though Derek tried to fight, his body was shutting down. And then, as his consciousness began to fade, he saw the figure, a shadow cutting through the ocean's blackness. The Grim Reaper appeared, cloaked and silent, drifting effortlessly in the dark water. His skeletal face was calm, yet commanding. Derek felt a sudden surge of anger and desperation. "No!" Derek gasped, his voice barely audible. "I'm not done. There's still so much left to explore. I haven't even seen half of what's down here." The Reaper didn't speak, but Derek felt the answer in his mind, like a ripple through the water. "It is not your choice." The pressure on his body faded, and as Derek's soul began to separate from his physical form, the Reaper gently extended his hand. There was no malice in the gesture, only inevitability. Derek's protests were swallowed by the stillness of the deep, and soon his soul passed from the world of the living. But death was not what Derek had expected. In the ethereal realm, he found himself submerged in darkness, as deep and endless as the ocean itself. Yet, through this abyss, a light began to break through. Shapes and shadows emerged from the black void, life forms unlike any Derek had seen during his dives. There were colossal creatures and vibrant, luminous beings weaving through forests of underwater plants. The very seafloor teemed with vibrant life, pulsing with colors that human eyes could never perceive. He felt no pressure, no need for air. There were no limits anymore. He swam freely through the oceanic landscape, exploring the depths of the world he could never fully reach in life. Every moment was filled with discovery, and with each new revelation, Derek felt a deep sense of peace. The Grim Reaper stayed by his side, watching silently. Derek understood now. This wondrous, flourishing world was always beyond his reach in life, and no amount of diving deeper or preparing more could have changed that. He wasn't meant to experience it while alive. This was the place where he belonged. As the fish swam around him, their movements gentle, and the sea plants swayed in the invisible currents, Derek realized that he was no longer angry. The mystery of life that had driven him was now complete, and in this serene underworld, he had found what he sought. The Reaper had guided him to a new kind of exploration, one free from the burdens of mortality. For the first time, Derek felt truly free. The end.